Hi students, today I wanted to talk to you about immune response and how your body develops immunity to things that come into it. So if you have a foreign invader come into your body, on the outside of the cell membrane will have these markers that are like flags that announce this is who I am. And these markers are called antigens. And when your body detects a foreign body, the first thing that'll usually happen is that a big giant white blood cell called a phagocyte will come and engulf it or surround it. And then the phagocyte will actually move these flags to the outside of its cell membrane to say, hey, I have this foreign invader inside of me. Then T cells will come along, and T cells are smaller cells that will come along and attach to these sites and cause two different things to happen. The first thing is that memory T cells will be made. And these are long-term T cells that stay in your body so that if this foreign invader ever comes in again, it can quickly attach and recognize those flags and kill those foreign invaders. The other type of response that happens is it makes activated T cells. And these are just like it sounds. These are active T cells that will right away be built to come and attack these foreign invaders. And what they do is they attach and they basically blow up the phagocytes that are surrounding these antibodies or these foreign invaders. And so they will blow them up and you will start to get better. This is called the cellular immunity. And then the other type is humoral immunity. And in this scenario, if a foreign body comes in and it has the flags saying that it's a foreign body, a B cell will come and attach to it. So there's different B cells that will come and attach to it, but the B cells by themselves don't necessarily kill this pathogen. So then T cells come along and T cells attach to the B cells. So let me label this B and let me label this T. So T cells will come and attach to these B cells and basically activate them. And two different responses happen. The first response is that some memory B cells are made. And these, once again, are memory cells that, let me stick with the blue since I started with blue for those B cells. These are memory cells that will remember this pathogen and how to bind to it. The other thing that will happen is that there will be some activated B cells. And these are B cells. I'm going to draw them outside here. These are B cells that grow some antibodies inside of them to hook on perfectly and attack. They hook on perfectly and they attack these foreign bodies, these pathogens. So it'll hook onto them and it'll hook onto several at once, making a big clump. And then a large phagocyte will come along and engulf it and it will die. So those are the two different responses. And then I want to talk about vaccines and why you would be given vaccines then. Vaccines there's basically four main types of vaccines. And vaccines are an attempt to get you to build this immunity without ever actually catching the pathogen or the disease or the problem. So it gets this, it activates this to happen, but without ever having the pathogens being able to attack you. Okay, so some vaccines that you receive are actually the pathogen with all of its antigens and everything, but the pathogen is dead. How could I show that is dead? We'll just cross it out. It is dead. So a dead version of the pathogen, usually killed by heat, a dead version is inserted, but it still has these antigens on the outside, these markers, so your body still has the same response to attack it, but it is already dead. But in long-term memory, some cells are created to learn how to attack this if it ever affects you in the future in the living form. Okay, then sometimes pathogens are put inside of you that are living, but they are attenuated, meaning they are they're weak, meaning they usually do not have DNA, so it's impossible for them to replicate. They can't replicate, and usually the deadly parts, whatever was bad about them, that is also removed. So these are made in a lab, and they basically are going after the same thing where they have the antigens, the same antigens, but it's not deadly and it cannot replicate. It just is trying to get your body to recognize these antigens. So if it ever enters your body in a whole living form, your body immediately has its playbook and knows how to attack it. The next type is sometimes component vaccines, basically a piece of the pathogen, just usually the protein coat with the antigens are put into your body, so it has no DNA, nothing bad about it, just the outside. And then the next type is the toxoid. The toxoid vaccines, basically things that are toxic to you, the toxins are removed from it, and once again, it's just going after those antigens on the outside. So all of these different methods of producing vaccines are to stimulate the production of antibodies and get antibodies to grow in your body so that later you can respond to the infection effectively. So that's the whole point of vaccines, is to get your body to stimulate it so that in the future, when you get a foreign invader, it immediately knows how to go and attack it. So that's it. Take care and have a good day.